Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to start a new series which I might do weekly or monthly depending on the games and when the sales are coming out. I'll probably do it weekly to be fair. I'm just going to really go through all the kind of like sale games that I can find that will play well on the Steam Deck and just give you guys some thoughts and opinions on it, whether or not you guys should pick them up, give them a go, and yeah, in case you're not aware of certain deals or sales, you might be interested in finding out some cool websites and stuff like that. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive in. Today we're going to start with Humble Bundle. So the Humble Bundle, if you don't know, is a website where you pay for like a big bundle of games in one payment, and you get all the game keys to access on Steam or whatever the game service is. I'm going to predominantly pick ones that are on Steam because it's a lot easier to use than having to go through like GOG games or Ubisoft and etc etc. So Humble Bundle have two collections out currently as of today, the 10th of November. Some pretty nice ones to be fair. We've got one which is the 11-bit bundle, and as you can see here, I'm just scrolling through it, but it's the 11-bit Studios bundle and it's the complete collection. So this will set you back £13 English, British pounds, and it will probably be around $16, I imagine. I know the pound and the dollar have got a little bit closer in the recent months, but yeah, it's going to set you back around probably like $15-16, I imagine. But there's some really cool games in there and I'll go through them. So for starters, one that's piquing my interest is This War of Mine. So it's the complete edition as well. This game plays really well on the Steam Deck. You get all the DLC with it for obviously one price. You're getting all these games. So This War of Mine is you play as a load of civilians and you've got to survive in besieged cities, struggling with lack of food, medicine, and in constant danger. I've played this a few times. It's pretty tricky. It's a resource management kind of game, kind of like an action adventure, but way more strategic. Your characters can die. You have like a home hub, and then you send them out to scavenge, but like you can get killed, and then you lose your character. It's quite a dark and depressing game, but it has some really cool elements to it, some really cool DLCs. Definitely worth trying out, and like I say, it runs really well on the Steam Deck. If that piques your interest, then that might be one to consider. Another one that I'd pick out myself is Moonlighter. So this is an indie game where it kind of has a cool twist on the whole top-down kind of view, like action games, like trying to explain it. So you've got like a hub city or hub town, and you open your own shop up, and you get to go into dungeons, battle bosses. I don't know if it's roguelike or not. It could possibly be roguelike as well. But you take the treasure back from the bosses that you defeat in the dungeons and just the treasure you find, you bring it back into town and you actually set up a little shop and you can sell your treasure. So it has a real cool kind of like sales aspect to it where you're like selling the treasure you found in the dungeons. And I've heard that it gets pretty difficult towards the end and it's quite a long game as well, so it'll keep you going. Like, you can expand the shop. Very Animal Crossing-esque, where you're upgrading nukes. Timmy and Tommy, I think it is, they own the shop now, don't they? And you're upgrading the shop to be bigger, store more things in it. Kind of like that, but you own the shop. So you can meet villagers, help establish new businesses, craft and enchant. So it's got a crafting and enchanting system. You get loot as well. You can befriend companions on it, and obviously the shopkeeping thing I was just talking about. And it's got a really cool combat system in place as well, so it's not just hack and slash, it does have a bit of depth to it. But that's also included in this 11-bit bundle. I better skip through them now because I got some more deals to talk to you about. I also use Proton DB. I'd highly recommend you guys to do it. If a game says unsupported on the store and you're worried that it won't work, check out protondb.com, type the game in, and then it'll come up with the game. And there's a lot of comments from people playing on the Steam Deck now. They'll give you the best settings to use, and it's just a really good feature and website to have bookmarked in case you wanted to find out if an unsupported game works. Most of the time, unsupported games do work. You just have to do a little bit of tweaking, but yeah, it's definitely worth checking first. You've got South of the Circle, Children's of Mortar, Complete Edition, a game called Beat Cop, and Tower 57, Anomaly Game Collection, and Spacecom. So these Humble Bundles are definitely worth getting because you're getting a hell of a lot of value for your money here. Next Humble Bundle is the Train Simulator bundle. That'll set you back £10.60 or roughly around $14. It comes with 19 different games. That includes add-ons for the Train Simulator games, but I've never played the Train Simulator games personally. I'm not sure if that's a thing you might enjoy playing. Personally, I'm not massively interested in it, but it is on here, and if you want to check Proton DB, you can see how well these different train simulator games work. But yeah, this is another Humble Bundle that's available. You make one-time purchase, you get all these games, 16 different items for one price. So there you go. There's only 2 Humble Bundles on the minute, but I'll check back next week and there may be more Humble Bundle collections available. So yeah, kind of like why I want to do it a weekly thing, because the Steam sale changes really often. Humble Bundle comes around so quickly. It's nice to keep you guys in the loop, and we might be able to start like a little community thing where you guys can point me to different websites where we can get better sales and stuff like that. It's just a nice little feature that I kind of want to do on my channel every week, and it's like a consistent upload as well. So I might make every Thursday like the Steam deals day, something like that. So going over to the Steam page, so at the moment we've got a weekend deal starting up because it's Thursday now. We've got Dying Light 2. I haven't personally played this on my Steam Deck. My friend's played it and he's sat right next to me. Technically have played it, but for about 2 minutes. It played okay, required a lot of tweaking. I think he managed to get it working with FSR around medium-low settings, and he had to run it on 40 watt. He had the 40 hertz refresh rate as well. It played decently, the graphics looked okay, but I'd say Dying Light 1 definitely more preferred to play because it's an older title, but Dying Light 2 is on sale currently. So Dying Light 2 is going to set you back £30. The reason they're doing a sale on it is because it's got a DLC coming out soon as well. That might be quite interesting. Like I say, it does play well on the Steam Deck, it just requires a bit of tweaking, and it's going to be one of them games which takes a lot of your battery life because it's such a harder game to run. So keep that in mind if you want to play your harder games on your PC, or you don't want to use too much of your battery life up too quickly. I reckon you probably get around 2 hours of battery life, maybe an hour or 50, so not terrible, but it is going to tax your Steam Deck because it's just a harder to run game. So another game I'd really love to recommend you guys. It's on sale currently, and after looking at Proton DB, I can confirm it works really well. Locked at 45 hertz is Detroit Become Human. I haven't played this one on Steam Deck, but I've played it on my I think I played it on PS4, it came out a couple of years ago now. But it's basically a story game made by Quantic Dream. If you've ever played games like Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, and Detroit Become Human, it's one of them really choice-orientated action adventure style games where the camera, it's maybe quite linear, but there's a lot of choice in the story, there's a lot of endings to it. You swap between different characters, and it's about AI and how human they're becoming, basically like human beings, and some people don't agree with that, and it kind of takes a load of different themes and merges them together, and it's some of the characters in it are really good and really well written, and it's just a really enjoyable game. So I definitely recommend that on the Steam Deck. And if I go to Proton DB, some guys commented saying it runs at 45 locked, and they have it at the low settings at 800p, and yeah, so keep that one in mind. That's also a very good game that you should probably check out. We got Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which is the new one that came out recently. The Borderlands spin-off, that's on sale for $32.99. I know that works decently on the Steam Deck as well. My friend's been playing it, he says it works pretty well. Dead Cells is on sale, 40% off at £13, and a really good roguelike game. It's actually one of the best roguelike games I've played, to be fair. Really addicting. It's got one of them cycles where you die, you have to get back to the same spot again, get further each time. It's really rewarding and fulfilling. Plays like a dream on the Steam Deck, it'd be at 60 FPS. Fine, decent battery life, but yeah, it's one of them games that is just extremely addicting. £13 is a good price for it, so keep that one in mind too. Slay the Spire, although I haven't played this one massively, this is more like a roguelike card game. So you get like a load of cards, and you're taking your character through these different sections through this dungeon, and instead of combat, instead of you actually hacking and slashing away, you're playing these cards down. So if you're a fan of like roguelikes and card games, this is a really good balance between the two. Again, very easy to play, it's not going to challenge your Steam Deck at all, so it's going to be one of them ones that'll get you a decent battery life too. And yeah, another really addicting game just to pass the time, and yeah, keep that one in mind as well. A really enjoyable game, that one. A game that's got a massive discount to it this week is Hot Wheels Unleashed, 70% off. It's $11.99 instead of $39.99. Basically a Hot Wheels game. And what I quite liked about this one is the fact that you get to unlock cars, you get to collect them, and there's not really any, there is microtransactions, but they don't impact the game massively. They have like the odd car which is in the store, and you can purchase the car if you want to play with the car with real money, but you can also unlock the cars by unlocking loot box kind of style mechanics. Every time you win a few races, you get gold, and then you can spend it on loot boxes, and it's quite a satisfying loot box. The fact that it does give you a car that can be quicker, but it's the collecting aspect of it. And yeah, you don't necessarily have to pay. It's quite fair in the fact that you get enough coins to do a loot box every now and again, and the races are actually quite fun as well. It's set around like people's houses in different rooms, but there's like a Hot Wheels track. I had a good time with it. It was fun. I can't say it's worth full price, but definitely worth $11.99, that's for sure. It's a really fun, especially if you like collecting the Hot Wheels cars in real life. You'll see a lot of these cars and you'll probably appreciate them in game, and getting to drive them as well is really fun. But yeah, this one does work really well on the Steam Deck too. So after checking Proton DB, Hot Wheels does work perfectly on the Steam Deck. No tweaks needed, works great, it's a moving game. So definitely worth playing as well, especially for the prices. Like I say, a really good price for the game. Wouldn't say it's worth full price, it's lacking a bit in content. I feel like once you do all the maps, it gets a little samey, but with all the cars you can collect, it does make it up a bit, and it has the track builder as well, of course. So that's also adds another element of fun to the game. It's also quite fun with friends as well, so yeah, good choice. I'll do one more game and I'll pick one. There's a lot of games on sale on Steam, so I'm trying to curate them to my personal favourites of the week that I've done. But if you guys want me to do another one of these videos in the next week, let me know. I probably will anyway, because it's quite nice just to recommend some games. I'm always playing games on the channel, but actually recommending some games that I've already played or maybe I've installed on my Steam Deck is quite nice, especially if they're on sale. So I'd say Tekken 7 is a really good purchase. It is quite high in gigabytes. It's quite high in gigabytes, so you're going to use up a lot of space on your Steam Deck installing it. If you've got a decent amount of SD card space and you love fighting games, Tekken 7, no brainer. One of the best fighting games you can get on Steam, hands down. Although I'd say Mortal Kombat 11 might shift it, but I'm more of a Tekken guy. But I do love the gory combat of Mortal Kombat. So Tekken 7, if you've not played the Tekken series before, it's basically a fighting game, but you've got some really great characters in there. Actually has a decent story mode to it as well. It's very like fight, bit of story, fight, bit of story, bit of fighting, bit of story. But if you love the characters in it, or you get to love the characters, it's really good. The combat's punchy. It's can get very intense, especially if you both are on low health, because it does a slow motion feature where if you're about to get the last hit, it slows down time. It's really satisfying, especially when you're fighting friends. I've heard it runs on the Steam Deck really well, so that's also a plus, considering this is all about the Steam Deck. I definitely recommend it. So that is for the regular edition. There is a lot of characters that they added as DLC in Tekken 7, including Negan, which I feel went to the wrong franchise. I feel like he should have gone to Mortal Kombat, but he's pretty cool in Tekken though, to be fair. So if you're a fan of fighting games, the combat is very satisfying. That is only, I know I'm reading UK prices, I apologise, but the equivalent of the US dollars is just add like $3 or $4 to what I'm saying is probably about right. It's only $11.24 at the minute, which is really good. One more game, I've just seen it. It's a really good game. I remember playing it on the Switch, and I really loved playing it on the Switch. It's Katana Zero. So it's a game made by Devolver Digital. It has overwhelmingly positive reviews, and I feel like this is a perfect Steam Deck game. I played it on the Switch, but this was before I had a Steam Deck. It's only £6, so around $10, and it's a kind of like one-shot game. So it's 2D. The music is awesome. You play as a samurai, and you basically go through levels, and as soon as you get hit by one of the enemies, you die, you go back to the start. The level is literally one 2D image, so you start at the top and go down, or you start at the bottom and go up. Once you fight everybody, It has a really cool combat system. Once you go through the level, it kind of replays the whole level to you as well. It's really cool, and you can also rewind as well. It's got really cool mechanics. It's got like a sci-fi, hip-hoppy style to it. It's got like a lo-fi soundtrack. Pronouncing that right, but yeah, definitely worth playing. That's only £6. But yeah, that'll do me for the deals of the week this week, guys. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching my channel. I'm trying to upload more regularly. I feel like I really want to get into the Steam Deck content again on YouTube, and I'm glad you're watching me and enjoying me. Yeah, if you want to leave me any comments, ask me any questions, go ahead and I will reply. I'll speak to you guys soon.